Hey everybody, it's Wolfpack666 here, and today I just wanted to give you a look at how I do my editing when I make my videos. And yeah, people have been asking me how do I make my videos for YouTube. And the answer is really simple. I record them using NVIDIA's GeForce Experience, and then after I've recorded them using that, I send them into my video editor called NCH software. It's called VideoPad Video Editor, and I use that to do my editing. And that's what you're looking at right now is me editing a video from earlier this month. I recorded this and I'm just starting to mix it now. And this is me editing that video and talking about the editing process and what goes on. So I start with the footage that I've recorded and I condense that down into highlights. And what I'm doing right now is going through that highlight reel to pull out what I want to make the video of. And I'm keeping the original sound so you'll hear that. And because this whole video is sped up, it's going to sound a little bit weird. It's not going to sound the way it normally would when you are playing the game. So you're going to hear a little bit of the sound bleeding through. I'm going to leave that in. And like I say, this video is sped up, so the whole process takes much longer than what you're seeing here. It can take me a whole day to make a video. In fact, this video that you're watching right now, probably 2 days. You see, I make the video, and then I add the soundtrack, and then I add any voice overlaps after I've done the entire video. That's when I go back and I add the sound that you're hearing my voice. So that part takes an extra day just to record that and add it in to the final production, which is what you're going to be watching right now on YouTube, is the final production. You're not even watching the production that I'm making while I'm talking, because that production is still being made. If that makes any sense. So I use NVIDIA GeForce Experience to record the game, and then I use NCH VideoPad Video Editor to edit the video. And you're probably wondering at this point, well, how do I get the sound in it? How do I get my voice in there? Okay, I've been using music that I didn't own. I got in trouble for that, so I'm not going to do that anymore. And now I'm using software that is free to use. Should say I'm using music that's free to use. And YouTube has its own library of music that you can go through and select the songs that you want to use in your productions, in your videos, and it's copyright free. You're allowed to use it. So that's where I got the music that you hear. And then to record my voice, I'm using a program called Audacity, or Audacity, however you want to pronounce that, Audacity. And I'm using that to record my voice, and then I will be adding my voice recording to the video as an additional audio track, and then exporting that as a final product with my voice in it. So I'm using NVIDIA GeForce Experience to record the game, NCH VideoPad Video Editor to mix the video, to edit the video, Audacity to record my voice, and I'm using music from YouTube's own library altogether. So it's quite a bit of work getting everything, getting it all organized, getting it ready. Obviously, I haven't had much time to go through their library to find the best music possible to fit in these videos. As I have time and go through their library and select more music, it'll expand and I'll be able to get something that looks better than what I've got right now. So that's the software I'm using. That's the part that you're looking at right here, is the software. And when you're finished editing, you get to give your project a name, save your file. You can either export it directly to YouTube, you can export it to a disk, you can export it to your hard drive, you can put it in a codec, a format, or whatever that you want it to be in. That's what you're looking at right there, is the settings for how you want your video made. And then you hit create, and it takes however long it takes. You know, if you've got a lot of video in there that's sped up faster than normal speed, it's going to take longer than your video actual finished length to produce it. If it's all in normal length speed and you've just cut pieces out and rearranged them and done things like that with it, not added a whole lot of overlays and a whole lot of music to it, then it'll probably take real time, maybe a little bit less than real time to produce it. I have some sped up parts in this video and I have some overlays in here, so it takes a little bit longer than normal time to make this one. I've sped this whole video up so you're seeing it faster than real time. Now it's done, you can open the folder and see the video, and what you're looking at now is the rig that I built, that I'm gaming on, that I'm doing my editing with. This is what I built in 2014. So it was new at the time. Now it's, 4 years later, almost 5 years later. It's not a new computer anymore, but these are brand new parts. I built this. It's the second custom built computer that I've made. So I learned a lot building the first one, and this one I learned a lot more. I decided I wanted it to be in a red and black color theme. I bought all the parts to match that theme. With the color code that I wanted in mind while buying parts, while selecting them. So in some cases, yeah, there may have been another part out there that would have done the job, but it was blue or it was white or it was some color that I didn't want. So I bought the parts I wanted to match this color scheme. These pictures aren't exactly in order. Some of them are kind of mixed up a little bit. Sorry about that. You get the idea. I bought a larger aftermarket cooler for it because the stock cooler wasn't all that great if I wanted to overclock my CPU. This is the graphics card that I picked up. I'm really happy with it. It does an amazing job. No disappointments with that graphics card. And yeah, I decided that I needed to have some bling. So these parts here aren't absolutely necessary. I wanted it to look good, so I upgraded the fans from the ones that came with the case to ones that light up and glow red, again to match the color scheme of my build. So here we are installing the fans that are just as good as the fans that were in it, really. They don't move more air, they light up and they glow. And again, more fans that light up, they glow. And there's one turned on. Don't really need a RAM cooler, but it looks awesome. It looks great in there. Another fan that lights up. I decided to paint some of the parts, so this is how that turned out. Took about 3 coats of paint to make that look the way it does here in these pictures. And installing the painted parts, just so that it didn't look so black. I wanted a little more red in there. This is more bling. This isn't needed. This is just for looks. I want it to look really cool. I saw these on other rigs and I said I want one in mine too. Don't really need it. Could have got by without this. It's an add-on that I decided I wanted, and really the sound card on the motherboard is awesome. I really don't need that sound card, but hey, everybody told me you should get one. That sound cards are a good thing. So there it is, finished. That's the whole rig put together. And now here's a little bit of video that I've edited together. Give you an idea what a finished video will look like. And yeah, gonna punch it out with these Cylons for a little while. I'll show them what the wolf has. So, I don't know. Most people seem to enjoy PvP. They like to watch me do PvP rather than other stuff. So this is kind of for those fans who enjoy watching Cylons blow up. I'm going to give the toasters something to think about here. Oh, sure. There's a whole bunch of other colonials here. I can't take credit for everything. I mean, I'm just one guy, and there's a whole squadron and a half, or 2 squadrons, or 4 squadrons with me. However many people are with me, they're doing most of the carrying here. I'm just doing a little bit of the lightweight. This is some good fighting. So this is with music that I got from YouTube, and I don't know, it's alright, I guess. You know, I haven't had much time over there looking through their library yet. I spent maybe an hour or two, and I pulled out about 80 songs that I thought, yeah, I might use this sometime, whatever. But I really need to spend more time. I need to spend a few days over there. They've got a humongous library. I barely even got into it. A lot of the songs seem to be very similar. So, yeah, I don't know. I guess if you find one that you like, and then there's 3 or 4 similar songs to it, maybe you'll just take them all and combine them or something. I don't know what's going on there. That they seem to... it's not like they repeated it, but it's almost like they just changed the sound of the keyboard a little bit and played the same piece again. Or we're going to put a little more of this in the background, or a little bit different lead sound on it or something. So I don't know. I grabbed a bunch of stuff. I'll eventually mix it in with my stuff. I'm sure you're going to hear some really weird music on my videos in the next few months while I get all of this kind of worked out. And I really don't know what else to say. I'm glad you're watching this video. I just wanted to let you have an idea of what I'm using to make my videos. Give you a look at my rig, give you a look at the process that's involved in putting one of these videos together. I'm sure if you're a content creator, if you make your own videos, you've already got all of this going on at your own studio, wherever you're making yours. So this is probably just old news to you. But if you've never made a YouTube video, if you have no idea what it takes, well, this is a little bit of a look at what I go through every week. Sometimes 2 or 3 times a week, depending on how busy I am. But I'm glad you watched. I hope you liked the video. I hope that you will subscribe to my new channel. I hope that you will share this video with your friends. That if you have some comments to leave, that you comment. And I'll see you in the next one. Have a good one. Bye for now.